Hey folks, welcome to the Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. So this is the giant swarm I caught 2 days ago. Yesterday they were acting really flighty, and the day before, and I guess overnight they just all came out. So we still got the queen excluder on the front, so it's probably a good thing it's keeping that queen in there, or they'd be gone. So what I'm going to try to do, and it's what I should have done to begin with, is put a frame of brood in there and some eggs to give them some instinct to stay. I didn't do that. There's 6 frames of drawn comb, old comb, in the top and the bottom. There's 3 in the top, 3 in the bottom. So apparently that wasn't enough to get that queen in there and make her to want to stay. She must not have liked those frames for whatever reason. So I'm going to get my smoker lit and smoke these down a little bit so I can get access to the top. And I'm going to steal some brood frames from over here in a hive. I know I seen in number 23 that's Hayden's. So sorry Hayden, I'm going to steal some of your bees. That the queen was laying like crazy in there. So I'm going to grab a couple of frames, get one that's got eggs and another with some cat brood, and put in here in the top, and try and smoke them down to the entrance, and see if I get them to go in. If not, I'll just kind of leave them. Hopefully when I get the top off, the queen doesn't see it's open and fly out and leave, and then they're all gone. So I don't know. We'll see what we can do here. I've never done anything like this before, so this is a new experience for me. So we better get going. Okay, I've got 2 frames identified that have eggs, undrawn or uncapped larvae, and capped brood. So I've got the lid on that hive over there just waiting so I can get into here. So hopefully my smoker is going to put out some good smoke here. And I can get these bees away from the top so I can get in here, get these ratchet straps off. One thing I did yesterday, I pulled the bottom board out, the temporary bottom board from this screen bottom board. So I thought maybe they were hot, which it hadn't gotten over probably mid-70s. So I don't think that was the case. They're starting to move down. See if I can get the camera a little closer. This may take a while. So there's a bee with pollen on his legs. Her legs. So there's some foraging going on. They're hanging on tight just like it's a swarm. I can't get them to turn around. See if I can get them to go in. Seems to be working a little bit. Get my queen clip ready just in case, but I doubt if the queen is out here. Have to be sure not to step here where those bees all fell. So that appeared to work. I start down here, smoke the bees in, made a space for them to go in. These are moving down now. So the slow and gentle approach doesn't work so well. Seems like the more smoke, the better to get them all moving. As long as they keep heading towards the entrance. They appear to still be going in. Yeah, there's a big mass movement there. Just kind of smoking here in the back, so they keep moving. Okay, I think that's good enough to get done what I need to do. So we're going to get these straps off of here. Okay, here's what I'm putting in there. You can see the uncapped larvae. And up here around the corners there's some capped, or that's honey. Anyway, that's a near capped brood right there, and eggs towards the outside of that circle. We got the same thing going on the outside, or the other side. And this other side has an egg in almost every one of those in the center. And I smoked as many bees off of that as I could, instead of shaking it. Here's my other one. You can see it's got the capped rainbow around the outside, and towards the inside is eggs and larvae. Double check, make sure the queen didn't make it back on here before I put it in there. No queens. Check this one more time for a queen. No queens, just a few nurse bees. Okay, cross your fingers. I'm going to smoke in here so they stay away from the top. Man, it's empty up here. There's a few in there. Look up here for a queen real quick. Looks like I got 5 frames up here of drawn. So here's a drawn comb. That's got nectar in it. So does this. So they put that in there in the 2 days. Same thing, this is full of nectar. Both sides. So what comb is on this frame has nectar in it. Just kind of spotty looking for a queen here. That's all nectar. Looks like I may have put my drawn frames all in the top instead of 3 and 3, 3 in the bottom, 3 in the top is what it's looking like. I can't correct that now. So okay, what I'm gonna do, get these out of here that don't have anything on them. So there's my 2 frames I'm taking out. I want those brood frames right in the middle. So here's one of them. Then I'm going to put this empty one that they started drawing out in between them. So now we got brood and eggs on both. Or larvae. Okay, got our empty frame here, brood frame, and drawn, and 2 empties. This inner cover does not have a notch, so the bees can't go out the top. So now I got to replace these other 2 frames over here. I'm basically going to put them on the outside. These poor bees, this is the 3rd time I've changed up what they've got going on in the last probably 3 weeks. They're like, hey, I could have swore there was brood here. Where'd it go? Where'd this empty frame come from? That's me impersonating a bee. I think Jerry Seinfeld's job is safe. Okay, let's see how they're doing over here now. So as you can see, most of the bees went inside. They're not really going in or out. They're just kind of hanging out here, which is okay. Here's a bee with pollen. Get in there and feed that brood. There's a couple of them. So one with pollen just worked its way inside there. So maybe they'll work their way in there now, and we'll see what's going on. I'd like to have seen what this bottom box looked like, but afraid I'd lose that queen. They got wax all over the front of this. Little speckles where they were making comb. Maybe they decided to live on the outside. Stupid bees, they don't read the book. There's some dead ones down here. Oh, I know what that... These dead bees here on the ground are drowned. We had a storm come through last night, and it was intense. So you can imagine all those bees on here having to survive that. Yeah, I thought the bees that fell off earlier when I was messing with them had drowned there, but the water's not deep enough. But that's what happened here. These are bees that came off the outside of the cluster during that storm. They're probably on the outside. So hopefully the pheromone from that brood will get them up in here and make them happy. I'm going to end the video here. Give me a thumbs up if you would. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Stick around for the next video and we'll see what happened with these guys. Take her easy.